Our original live-action titles, like the Caught in Traffic series, are available exclusively through Patreon, but in order to have live-action title purchasing power, you gotta click that join button and grab your channel membership. When you click the join button, you're gonna see me in video form, along with a list of all the other perks that will come with your membership, such as ad-free early access viewing to all of our core videos like this one. If you're not looking to spend quite that much money though, you can always click the Super Thanks button and send us a smaller donation along with getting your comment highlighted. And as always, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and follow all of the other necessary steps in order to enable all notifications by clicking that bell. Thanks again and enjoy the video.
Hey gang, just here for your October update video because we got a lot to talk about. Just some updates in general regarding Caught in Traffic 2. A little bit about Patreon. KK episode 294, which I wrote about recently in a community post. And then kind of the upcoming, new KK episode, KK Olympics, and the recap schedule. But before you do that, before we get into that, do me a favor, click that blue join button right now. And then I'm going to pop up in a video prompt, but you're also going to see the perks that come with channel memberships, including a bunch of new emojis I added of your favorite damsels. So that means when you comment on videos, if you're a channel member, you can actually attach emojis of some of our favorite damsels that we've covered scenes from in this show. So not that that's much of a reason, to buy the membership, but it's just a little fun thing. Obviously, we've only been offering these. We only implemented these a few months back, and we haven't put out much new content since then. So there hasn't been too much value yet in having a channel membership, but there's going to be soon. So now would be a good time to check out those perks and see what it is you're going to be getting and to maybe give these a shot. There's probably a promo code that YouTube applied a discount for your first month on there when you click the join button. Give it a try, check it out. It's just a small amount of money each month. Really helps us if a lot of people pitch in on that. Really helps. But moving ahead, Caught in Traffic 2, Part 2. It's October, so it's time for Part 2. The release is coming around the middle of the month. I don't know the exact date yet, but that's what it's going to be for this month, and then the full version next month in November. In order to get Caught in Traffic 2, you do have to pledge monthly. There is not going to be a bulk release of Caught in Traffic 2, a full version release, one-time payment for a while. It will happen eventually, but not for a while. So, sometime into next year. So you have to pledge 3 separate months, and you can't go pledge double to get part 1 and 2 this month. We're only releasing 1 part per month for each patron. So you'd have to start with part 1 this month if you're eligible. If you're not eligible, there's other videos in the past talking about this, the requirements. You got to be a previous customer prior to September 9th of this year, last month. And you also have to have purchased the full version of the original Caught in Traffic. But if you've already pledged for part 1 and you received it last month and you've been billed for October already, you're good. If you haven't been billed for October already, you just got to come back, and then you can do that at any time this month, and then you'll get part 2 once it is released in the middle of the month. Just a quick warning about part 2. Not that it matters or you guys can't handle it, or again, it shouldn't even be there. But for the first time ever, one of our live action titles, at least part 2 of it anyway, has an age restriction on it that I can't get rid of. I'm taking it as a compliment because the amount of sound effects, the amount of oomping in Caught in Traffic 2 is through the roof. And apparently the scenes in part 2 of Caught in Traffic 2 just take up such a large percentage of the video as a whole, and the amount of sound effects that they just insist there be an age restriction on it. I got the automated restriction removed on part 1, and I got the automated restriction removed on the full version. The full version, by the way, which contains the exact same footage as part 2, frame by frame. Just like part 2 has the same footage from part 1, frame by frame. And then the full version has all of it that you've already seen, frame by frame, plus the rest in the full version. Full version is fine, no age restriction, but part 2, that new footage, when it encompasses that high percentage of the video, they're like, no, too many intense sound effects. we have to put an age restriction on it. I'm taking it as a compliment that the work is getting better. That's all I can do. But full version, no problem. So when you see that age restriction on part 2, just know that we're just so intense that they just, whatever. It's done. Anyway, so when it comes to patrons, with Patreon, this is something I don't know if I've talked about this before or not, but it's kind of frustrating. Sometimes we just get radio silence from people who pledge money. Like, they're saying they want a live action title and they buy it, and nothing. Patreon has direct messaging. I message with the person. There's instructions. There's very clear instructions after you pledge for something. When you buy a live action title, you get instructions. People don't follow them. They won't communicate. I can't distribute if, like, people won't talk to me. It's very hard. I've had people send hundreds of dollars and get nothing for it because they apparently don't want anything for it. They won't communicate. They keep sending money every month, but there's no messaging going on. I don't know what's going on. Like, it makes me feel bad, like, because they won't talk to me. I can't get them what they paid for. It is kind of frustrating. I mean, Patreon has records of all the messages I've sent to people, and it's just like, they're all on there, and I just can't. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's maybe because of not being able to speak English or write in English. I feel like that's been the case a few times, but not most of the time. I think most of the time the people can speak English, and they're just, I don't know, just don't care, I guess. Nothing I can do about it. But yeah, if you pledge for something, you're going to get your instructions very clear. Please communicate so we can, get you what you paid for. I feel better when people get what they bought. Yeah, so that's kind of that. But before you can get any live action titles, you do have to get a channel membership, and Patreon has all that listed there too. On the reward tiers, it says requires channel membership. When you pledge, it shows you where to go to get it. It's all there. Like, everything is laid out clear. But that's really all I can do. So that is it when it comes to Caught in Traffic 2 this month and Patreon. Now we got to talk about KK episode 294, which I made a community post on recently. Well, first of all, it's not a huge deal because you can still watch the episode. It is on the secondary channel. It is, of course, in the KK playlist, the full version, full list of KK episodes. 294 is there. It has no viewing restrictions on it. So it's basically going to be the exact same thing as you watched before, except it's not going to have my ads on it now. It's going to have another person's ads on it. So here's what happened. Bottom line, the unthinkable happened. For the first time ever, a really old show, Learning to Love, Tavoy I can't even say it. Learning to Love in English, episode 294, Ana Lucia Dominguez and Crazy Catherine. Yeah, for the first, who I think may be mother and daughter in that show. I'm not sure. They have the same last name. I'm almost thinking that's a mother kidnapping daughter scene. Anyway, so yeah, I get notifications a couple weeks ago, last week, I think it was maybe last week. I get a bunch of notifications all of a sudden that 9 different copyright claims have come in on episode 294. Telemundo has finally put this old telenovela that nobody watches, no one cares about, into the Content ID system. And my video gets nailed with 9 claims because that scene takes place over a solid 10 episodes. I guess I didn't use enough footage from one of them. But 9 claims on the video, and at this point I'm like, oh, no. It's our most popular upload of the last 3 years. I know some of you guys noticed it was missing. It's one of our most popular videos ever. 250,000 views in less than a year. It was coming up on a year. Almost 2,000 likes. And I know you guys have put it in your playlist, and now I had to delete it. I had to delete it from this channel, and here's what happened. Back in the day, I would have just folded and unlisted the video, in which I lose ownership of it. It's pointless. These days, I go through the dispute process. I try to get those claims removed, try and get them to release the claims. So I filed 9 disputes on the video, copying and pasting my explanation to appeal all 9 claims. Well, at some point during the appeals process, one of the 9 claims changed its visibility settings. I think it was some kind of automated glitch or something. I really think it was a bug. And the viewing restriction changed to the video being blocked worldwide on just one of the 9 claims, which is as good as all of the 9 claims having it. Even if they would have released 8 of the 9 claims, it's as good as having all 9 of them. If you have one claim on your video, you lose ownership. If one claim says blocked worldwide, no one can watch the video. That's just the way it goes. So I check our secondary channel, which has a prototype version and the patron version, the ad-free patron version. It was ad-free, now it's not my ads, but I check those and they have no visibility restrictions. They're still publicly visible everywhere. So some kind of bug happened with that one claim during the dispute process. Well, bottom line, they upheld all 9 of their claims. Again, even if they would have just upheld one of them, I still lose. So they reinforced their 9 claims, and when this happened, when the dispute process was closed, the video, because of that bug on one of the 9 claims, the video became blocked worldwide. If it's blocked worldwide, it is as good as being removed. You can't VPN your way out of it. If it's blocked everywhere, it's a dead video. They killed the video automatically by denying the releases. And again, I don't think they changed the visibility settings during that dispute process on one of the claims. The exact same claim is in those other 2 videos on the secondary channel. I think it was some kind of bug. Regardless, bug or not, we lost the video. It became a dead video. And in the past, on a rare occasion, I once saw a claimant turn a blocked video into a takedown request and get the video removed. Not that it matters, but that would put a strike on my channel. So I didn't want to take the chance of them taking this now blocked video and actually filing a takedown and getting the video removed on top of the block, which makes no sense because it's the same thing from a viewer standpoint. But from a creator standpoint, a video removed hits me with a strike, and the last thing I wanted right now was to deal with a strike, so I just very quickly deleted it. It's gone. You guys can still watch it. From viewer standpoint, nothing has changed. You still have access to the video. We just lost it on this channel. Very popular video. Very successful video that was helping the channel grow. In the short term, it sucks. Long term, we'll be fine. But short term, it sucked. So, yeah, that's where 294 went. It's dead on this channel. Now, it was a very successful video. When it comes to very successful videos, in the past especially, even if it wasn't successful, you guys are thinking, well, re-upload. He's going to do a re-upload. He's going to open it in the project. He's going to open the project up in his editor, trim and cut what he needs to do, move stuff around, whatever it takes to get the video claim-free, and he's going to re-upload it. No, I'm not going to re-upload episode 294. So you're thinking recap. He's going to recap 294. It's too early to recap. That video was less than a year old. Still not even a year old right now. It's coming up on it. I'm not going to recap it and keep the old version and do that. It's just, it's not recap worthy, because recap is typically for older things or original episodes that need an upgrade to them. That was a great episode. That episode did need an upgrade. But here's what we're going to do. For the first time ever, so far, and this is not going to get its own intro or its own playlist or anything like that. For the first time ever, I am going to remake episode 294. I am going to pretend like I never made episode 294 before and just start from scratch. And you're thinking to yourself, why would you do that when you already have it in the editor pretty much laid out and you just need to trim and rearrange some things so it passes? I have my reasons. I will just tell you, you're going to be very happy I'm making this decision. So when those claims came in, my initial thought was, oh, the claims are coming in. Did the official distributor, Telemundo, just put this show on YouTube? Because if an official distributor puts a show on YouTube, it's going to be in really good quality. And if you recall, one of the downsides of episode 294 and 295, the video quality is pretty lackluster. Best quality anyone's ever seen the stuff in, for the most part, especially 294. Best quality anyone had ever seen it in, but it's still not good. And so I checked, and no, they did not put Tavoy Learning to Love on YouTube. But they did put it in the system. So it got me thinking, and I'm going to stop right there. I'm just telling you that I have my reasons for remaking episode 294. You guys are going to thank me. It's going to be worth it. I already have the project begun. I'm going to work on it kind of in the background over the next several months. It's going to be worked on. I'm not going to rush it. Obviously, you can still watch the original 294, so it's not a rush. It is something I want to get out sooner than later, but I'm going to be working on it. And when it comes, it's going to be very much appreciated, I promise. So, moving on, Recap 27 should have already been out to you. A lot of that had to do with the amount of work that went into making Caught in Traffic 2 in the editor. I spent a lot of time editing Caught in Traffic 2, the toughest edit I've ever done when it comes to our original live action, just mainly because of poor production, organization, poor filming organization. The amount of work I had to do to customize stuff and whatnot is it was a lot to make it come out as a suitable release. I had to do quite a bit of editing, and even had to get into character and film some full treatment scenes with myself after filming had ended to fill in some gaps in Caught in Traffic 2. It was, it took a lot of extra work, and that took a lot of my time. So that's the main reason Recap 27 is not done yet. It's also been a very tough edit in regards to copyright. But it is, for the most part, done. It's a tedious process at this point, but it's pretty much done and coming very soon. It'll be members only. At that point, eventually a Recap 26 is going to go public. Stolen Daughter is still members only, to episode 88, I think, Stolen Daughter, Sarah Dugdale. I think I only did that because it was unlisted, then I got a claim released, and I could either make it public again or members only, and I didn't have any other members only videos, so I was like, well, I'll just do it then for now, and then we'll make it public later. So I don't know when I'm going to change that to public. Soon enough. The KK Olympics will start. Recaps 27, 28, and 29 are actually... Recaps 27, 28, and 29 are 3 of our most popular KK episodes ever, actually, in regards to views. 27, 20, yeah. These next 3 recaps are, those videos have hundreds. Actually, combined, those 3 videos have 900,000 plus views. And if it wasn't, they've all 3 had some kind of either copyright or advertiser-friendly issue over the last several years. And that is why they don't have more views than they do. And that's kind of why I'm recapping them. So recaps 27, 28, and 29, you guys are going to appreciate 3 of our most popular KK episodes ever. All from the original 100 episodes of the show. So you have that to look forward to. And recap 28 is Christmas themed. 29 will be early next year at some point. Maybe not early next year, but it'll be next year. The new KK Olympic episode, I'm going to start working on them now. They're going to be on their way. That's just, that's what we're into. 25 episodes, 25 different countries. Episode 301, starting with the first one up. And then that's how they go. Start members only. There'll be a process where they then become public, new members only. Eventually, members only. Members will be five episodes ahead. That's how that'll go. So check out the memberships. Click the join button. Check that out. Get ready for Caught in Traffic 2 Part 2. If you are not ready, do what you need to do to get there, or to start Caught in Traffic 2 this month if you meet the other prerequisites. Excuse me, but that is it. That's what I have for you guys. So I'm going to see you guys soon in the new KK episodes, and thanks for all of the continued support. And hopefully there's going to be some bigger announcements coming sooner than later that you guys are really going to like. But I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.